Yeah. You put out a game.
I did.
A game that I played.
Yeah.
I didn't beat it. I got killed.
Yeah. How far did you get?
I'm trying to think of like time-wise. I feel like I got like halfway through time-wise.
Yeah.
Somewhere around that.
Yeah.
It was like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah. It's surprisingly hard. I've only beaten it like twice, which is kind of cool though, because there's like not a lot going on. You just have to stay on top of it for like 10 minutes consistently. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Guys, the fans don't want to hear about video games. What are you doing?
That's so true.
The fans don't like video games.
Yeah.
Honestly.
All
They're
of our
not here for that.
Fans. They're here.
Dozens of them.
For the bits.
Yeah.
Literally, maybe a dozen.
So we're going to try a slightly different format today. Normally, if you're a listener, you know this, but normally what we do is we have a hat filled with slips of paper, and we pull out 3 of those slips, and we have a random prompt, and we go ahead and kind of do a deep dive. Today we're switching it up in kind of 2 ways. First is we're coming into this episode with a semi-random prompt that we all got before this, and then we kind of like spent some more time on it leading up to this recording, and we're just gonna kind of present those ideas that we have, and then that's kind of it. It doesn't sound very good when I say it like that, but we're like
we're doing a bad episode.
Dude. I promise.
We're like kind of just like seeing how it feels, and like we're not necessarily going to like do as much of a deep dive. We're more just going to like, hey, like what are we all kind of bringing into the conversation? What are all the like what ifs that we're bringing to the table, and just kind of seeing how they feel, you know, when we get some time to like work on it outside of the recording. So we're going to try it out and see how it works.
Hey, with that in mind, Frank, do you want to introduce the topic of today's conversation?
Yes. Well, we all know the beloved franchise Halo. Probably, I think everyone would say the best video game ever made.
Sure, I would say that.
Okay, well, nice. Thought I'd get pushed back on that one. Everyone's just like, yeah, sure, fine. Yeah. So, but I've always felt about those games that there's too much fighting. So what if we made Halo without combat? And that's what we're doing today.
Yeah.
So everybody interpreted that as they, as they wanted to. We didn't talk about it any further than that. So could really mean anything. My first idea, if I'm going to jump right in.
Oh yeah, let it rip, dude.
Is Halo Combat Devolved. And it's a monkey-based game.
Oh. Great. Master Chimp.
Oh, I went with Monkey Chief.
Oh. Well, I was worried as soon as I said Master Chimp, then I was like, oh no, like did I steal his thunder? But
no.
Luckily
I mean both. I don't know which one is better, to be honest.
I like both.
Yeah.
Let it go.
I mean, that's the main gist of what's going on here. What if they were all monkeys?
Okay.
It's sort of a platformer. They're swinging on vines. The Covenant. I was trying to come up with a good name for the Covenant, like the Covenape. I don't really know. And you're just swinging on vines, racing against the clock before they, light the rings that turns everything into a banana. It's all sentient life into bananas.
Okay.
Wouldn't they want that?
Yeah, but you don't get it.
No, because they also get turned into banana. Yeah.
I would feel like a monkey. I mean,
do you want to be turned into a sandwich?
If you asked your common gibbon, if you pose them the question with the brain that they have, if you could communicate to them, like, would you like to turn into a banana? Yeah.
Right.
Like if you had
how do they understand the question?
Yeah. You it's just somehow parse communication with this ape. Mm-hmm. If you talk to him and said like, hey, would you like to become a banana? I think that it's likely that the ape would be like, yeah, of course. That's awesome.
I'm going to debate this. I don't know. I mean, they'd go, I'd like to have banana. I don't want to be banana.
What do they love more than a banana? They want to be it.
That's not, again, I love a very nice BLT. I'm not trying to be a BLT. I'm trying to eat a BLT.
Yeah, but you're also not an ape. You got to put yourself in the ape mindset.
Yeah, these are more like anthropomorphic, humanized apes, though. Like they,
Wait, hold on.
Would Donkey Kong want to be a banana? Is what I'm now going to ask.
I think. Okay, first of all, probably. I think.
Okay,
he would.
he's a rascal.
Second of all, you've introduced a conundrum here because the brutes are based on apes. So what are the brutes? Are the brutes men?
Oh, don't.
Are the brutes Spartans
don't go down this road again. Right? You're making the horses men again.
It's a really curious question.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think maybe they're just more. You can't.
Dude, the brutes remain unchanged.
That kind of
the only characters there are not changed.
I guess we'll just make them more human-like. I don't know. We'll just do Halo 1.
What if brutes are what if brutes are fully so if everything's devolved, what if brutes are just like amoebas?
That's
like
no.
What if brutes go
bunch of steps,
further,
buddy?
Correct.
Skipped a
further
bunch
back
of
in
steps.
time.
I mean, make them like a weird fish or something.
Yeah, like that classic fish that's crawling out of the ocean.
Yeah,
right.
What else do you got on this idea, Frank?
That's about the whole of it. I was trying to come up. I was mainly trying to come up with a name for the arbiter. That's a hard one. And then I tried the arboreal-ator. That one didn't quite pan out.
Oh, could you do the arbiter? Like a bear?
Whoa.
Oh, he's a bear.
The arbiter.
In my head, the humans were monkeys and the coven ape were all apes.
Interesting.
Okay.
But they can be bears too.
Whatever.
A bear's basically an ape.
Yeah, you could do it.
Interesting.
Yeah. I feel like animal heads they're gonna lose it at this episode.
Animal heads.
Animal heads.
Okay, a bear covered in fur.
Yeah.
They all climb.
All right. There's so many things.
A gorilla and a bear are pretty equivalent size. Like a bear is basically an ape.
Yeah. I mean, no, you're wrong. But that's about all I got on there. Halo Combat Evolved. So who's up next?
You're not going to share your other ideas?
I thought we'd round robin. You want me to hit all of them?
We can round robin.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Come on, I'm tired of it.
Give me a break.
I can go. I'm carrying you guys on my back here. Come on.
All right. I got two ideas. I'll start with this first one. It's called Halo Tycoon. And you are Mr. Chief. And you beat the aliens or whatever. I don't know. I don't care about what's going on in the story. But I don't fucking know.
Some of us care a lot, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Some of us really care.
I'm not a dweeb. So there's another Halo, but it's not a weapon anymore. Don't worry about it. It's just a big funky ring. So it's just a lot of land. And there's no combat. So what do you do with it? Well, you're going to make it a big, crazy theme park. So this is Halo meets Roller Coaster Tycoon. So you build rides that appeal to aliens. You can experience the rides in first person. You have this MMO kind of effect where you can travel and visit other people's Halo theme parks and ride their rides. There are Warthog bumper cars and or for driving around the park. The interesting thing to me is you can also potentially build rides that span across the Halo. So it's not just building around the edge of the ring, but it's how could you build things that cross it? And then there's maybe some Halo Infinite mechanics like grappling hook to get around and stuff. So yeah, it's part Roller Coaster Tycoon and then part riding first person rides.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I'm interested to think about what different kind of rides the different kind of aliens are into. Because
yeah.
I think it's a thing where aliens might have predispositions to certain types of rides. So maybe the Covenant, they love wooden roller coasters, but they hate spinny rides. You know what I mean? So it's depending on you're trying to balance out your theme park and there's also some layout optimization of do you cluster all of your Covenant friendly rides in one place?
What if they're all different Warthog escape sequences? houses.
Yeah,
all
in
the
one
rides.
park. Yeah,
What
all
if?
the rides are different Warthog escape
Yeah.
sequences.
Have you considered
then I
that?
would. Then I wouldn't play it.
Well, I'm afraid right now that Eric doesn't know the different species of aliens that are in the Covenant, and he does not know about the lore of Halo. That's what I'm afraid of.
I definitely don't.
Yeah.
But I can try. You got.
Yeah, give it a shot, dude.
Yeah, what do we
You've
have
got-
in these games?
You've got the Grumpskins. You've got the Daddy Longlegs.
That
Oh,
actually tracks. Are you?
I know.
Oh, okay.
You got-
You have played the games. Yeah.
Well, I played one.
Mm-hmm.
You've got fish hooks. You
Huh?
got big bruisers. And then you got the robot men.
You lost
missing
me.
anyone?
You lost me with fish hooks. I don't know which one the fish hooks are.
You ever play a Halo?
I played all of them frontwards and back, and I've seen the lores.
Would it help if I called them the chum buckets?
no.
Would it help if I called them dirty old nasties?
Nope.
Are they little guys?
Are you talking about the grave mind?
I'm
No,
not
you
going
didn't
to tell
play
you
Halo
which
2.
one's which. You got to figure it out for yourself.
Well, Grumpskins are grunts, and Daddy Longlegs are elites.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he basically just
You're
said
right. That is what I was
brutes.
thinking.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
said brutes. And then
Yeah.
he said robot guys.
And who else?
I feel like you're talking
Yeah?
about.
Are you talking about 343 Guilty Spark, dude?
Kinda.
He's talking
I
about.
was thinking about what I
those little,
understand
like, drone guys?
the Forerunners are based on trailers I've seen of like Halo 4.
Okay.
And fish
fair
hooks,
enough.
I was talking about the Flood.
Oh, they got the big.
Oh.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Pretty good. Oh yeah, the flood gets to come to Halo, go on the rides.
Yeah,
The
they get to go on the
zombies
rides
get to
too.
come. Yeah. They like
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
like they like the haunted house. They're part of the haunted house, but they also like the haunted
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, the flood.
Yeah.
The flood. I think the flood do drive Warthogs at some point, so they could drive through all of these various escape sequences.
Oh, that's
I think
funny.
pretty effectively.
Okay.
It's funny to give them the ability to drive.
Yeah.
I think they do.
Yeah,
I think there are some sequences where they do that.
I can believe it.
Yeah. Probably. Very interesting. I liked Warthog bumper cars the best, probably.
That is good.
Yeah.
I do like that a lot.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, anyways, that's Halo Tycoon.
I like it.
Okay.
Drew, you want to go?
I do want to go. This seemed like sort of low hanging fruit, so I'm glad that no one else has said it yet. What if? So okay, so you can't shoot. Shooting is the main thing that you experience in Halo.
Mhm.
Weapon choice, like that's a big part of Halo. You know, using kind of tactics to kind of like gain advantage. What other thing that people do have all of these elements? Golf.
Beautiful.
Halo golf.
Beautiful.
So
No.
what I imagine is that the guns
Beautiful.
all fire balls,
Mhm.
so you don't use clubs. So like each weapon type has a different kind of like shooting arc,
Mhm.
or like perhaps a special ability.
Mhm.
I did think that like if golf clubs were in the game, you would have to dual wield them because that would be the funniest way to use a golf club. Like hitting a ball, like a single ball with two clubs at one time is pretty
Yeah.
good. Also, another idea I had was that if you take a bad shot, like it can damage your shields. So like the shield system's back. So like if you like you can handle like a few bad shots in a row, but like basically like the way that you would fail is like if you miss too many shots or go in the rough or something like that. Yeah, and then of course there's going to be a Warthog chase sequence to end the game. The Warthog, of course, is decked out like a golf cart.
Yeah. Perfect,
in this
perfect.
case,
Mhm.
but you have to hit the ball into the hole and then hop in the cart and drive to the next hole as like something is like exploding around you.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a question. Are you?
Yeah, what's up?
Are you standing in place when you shoot? Like, what would stop me from just like kind of just run over to the hole?
Oh, interesting. I think maybe there's an area, like a designated area where you can like fire your shot from. So maybe you can like pick a different angle, or like maybe you could jump and then shoot. Maybe you could like, you know, get some kind of more physical kind of involvement in like your shot angle or whatever.
Right.
Because yeah, I think that's a good point. I think it has to be like a designated like kind of T area. But yeah, in a nutshell, that was my idea. It was Halo golf.
Nice.
The different guns is interesting. What would be funny if there was a needler and it just auto home to the hole, and then you just win. But it's like there'd have to be some way that you pick them up by like driving the warthog or something, so that like maybe you don't just start with all the different guns. You have to like find them.
Maybe in the T area there are a couple different potential clubs, quote unquote, that you could pick up. So like maybe one's like the AR, one's like whatever. So you have to choose like which club you would like to use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's kind of interesting too, because if a player can only carry 2 at a time, it's obviously different than golf where you have your full set, and so there's maybe some trade-offs of like what clubs do I want and how far out of the way am I willing to go to like pick up another club.
Also think about this, like something like the plasma pistol where you can like overcharge the shots and get different distances based on that.
Yeah, nice. Fun. Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, golf games always have like a mini game so that you have to get the stroke right. So does the gun have that, or you just press gun and gun shoot?
I think press gun and gun shoot, but getting your angle and getting your angle is the thing, and selecting the right gun with the right ring.
Yeah, it's gonna have to like the course is gonna have to be funky.
It's more like Worms or something. You know what I mean? Where it's like your arc is kind of like the important thing.
I could also imagine a shooting mini game where it's almost like imagine. It's maybe hard to describe, but imagine like. It is first person. You're basically carrying a gun, and then there's like in the air. There's almost like targets or rings that are like appearing, and so like maybe there's like a ring that shows up that kind of correlates to like a perfect shot, and but it's only there for like a half second, and so it's almost like you have to be able to like hit it perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah,
I like that. Cool.
Yeah,
I mean, that was, in a nutshell, that was my idea.
All right. Nice stuff. We're back to the top, folks.
Yep.
I did come up with 2 more ideas while we were talking.
Damn, dude. So take it easy. I kind of had a idea where I just wrote Halo, but the guns are concepts.
Okay. What does that mean?
Like, what if the guns were just ideas?
Can you give an example?
Like instead of a battle rifle, it's like a cup of coffee in the morning on a beautiful day. What do you think about that?
I feel like we keep it pretty loose, and I feel like we know each other well enough to know generally what each other is saying, but I have no fucking idea what you're trying to get across here, dude.
Just like, ideas, like states of mind. Like, what if the guns were concepts?
blowing my mind, dude. I can't even begin to meet
Master
you halfway
Chief
on this.
goes to pick up a bazooka.
Yeah.
Instead, he's reminded of a childhood day in the sun when the cicadas were making sounds.
Wow.
So is it that the player sees a bazooka on the ground and he leans up to grab it?
It's not a video game.
Wow. Actually, hold on.
What do you mean it's not a video game?
This is a video game that's about nostalgia, because the experience of having this is not bullshit right now. The experience of like playing Halo with your friends, like of actually picking up the rocket launcher on like fucking lockout or whatever, it can do that to you. What Frank is describing, where you're like, oh man, I'm just thinking back now about the days when my friends and I were just sitting in the basement sipping Mountain Dew.
Okay. Kind of. That's a very generous interpretation of what Frank is saying.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you.
I think Frank's making fucking art. Frank's making fucking art.
I'm not saying he's not making art. I'm just saying, you're saying, oh, remember what it's like to play Halo with friends. And Frank is saying, what if instead of picking up bazooka, you're thinking about cicadas in the summer or a cup of coffee? And those are just different things.
Yeah, but okay, but no, but okay, hold on.
Yes.
Nostalgia is a pathway to then also like you have nostalgia for this specific experience, but then it also becomes like about like experiencing the state of mind of like when you were a child.
Of course. Things were simpler. And all I'm saying is you're just filling in a whole bunch of gaps from what Frank is suggesting and from what you're
my guy
suggesting.
Frank alley-ooped me, and now I'm fucking dunking, dude.
Okay, that's great. I'm just curious if you did not alley-oop, where that ball was going relative to the hoop.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's in now.
Yeah.
It's in now,
Yeah.
and that's fine. I just want to know what vicinity of the rim Frank was tossing the ball.
I was trying
and
to...
whatever, we got there, and maybe we'll never know. I just want to say that the thing he delivered was abstract in ways that are new to the show.
Yeah. You were like, which way was I throwing the ball? And I said, there is no ball.
Right. That's a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
Check again.
It's a cup of coffee in the morning. Yeah, what if Mario from Super Mario was in Halo? Yeah, what about that?
Okay. All right, I have one more idea. It's called Halo Master Chef.
Whoa.
Can't believe I didn't hit that one.
Yeah, it's just right there. It's a semi-cozy Halo no combat cooking game. So you explore Halo and gather resources for your kitchen. So you find, vegetables and fruits and maybe animals. I don't know if he's vegetarian or not. And it's got some first-person cooking. So I think clients come in, alien and human alike, with requests, and you have to cook things. What I was thinking about is could you do cooking mechanics that evoke the feeling of a first-person shooter in terms of reaction time, some resource management,
for sure.
tracking different things, and so
okay, so you have a crosshair, and then you're just clicking, and it's poking like an onion with a knife.
Yeah, things like that. I mean, another example I'm thinking of is you're poking around, you have multiple stations you got to kind of keep aware of in your head. So you're rotating and manning different stations, kind of just cooking mechanics that keep you on your toes, that challenge your kind of situational awareness, that maybe have some sort of resource equivalent of your shield or ammo. You can only carry 2 tools at a time, and so you have to constantly switch them out. So yeah, trying to evoke the feeling, the same feelings that you have. Nice. Bread shot.
Flambe.
Flair. But yeah, so just trying to evoke those same kind of reflexes, but in a cooking environment. And then outside of that, you get to hop in your warthog and go around and check, scavenge for berries and shit. So yeah, that's Halo Master Chef.
I have the image of Master Chief in a chef's hat and apron, in full armor.
In full armor, yeah.
And he's shooting his assault rifle into the stew. Full auto.
That's pretty good. That's good.
Now, are those bullets little pieces of garlic? Are you actually, are you adding a certain amount of, are you actually have to measure how many bullets of garlic you put in?
Interesting.
What if the needler had stalks of celery?
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, it could be a thing too where these different weapons obviously have different properties, but they can take different types of ammo. And so you might load garlic into a battle rifle or a needler, and different recipes or different cooking demands might. It's kind of like the difference between chopping an onion versus whatever, mincing it or something, right?
Yeah.
Different weapons are going to give you different trade-offs. Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty sick.
Kiss the chef.
Right on the visor.
Right on the visor. All right, cool. But yeah, that's mine. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This is an idea that I just had as we were recording, and it's far darker than my first idea.
Oh,
nice.
So a little background lore on me. I was obsessed with Halo when I was younger. I was a kid. And so all I wanted to do was play Halo. I played at my friend's place, but my parents were like, it's too violent. Can't play it. And so my little 12-year-old self would go and either borrow from the library or buy the Halo novelizations. And so I knew the entire story of the game. I figured this out. But also, there was one book, I think that was about the fall of Reach, where they dig more into like Dr. Halsey and her relationship to like the Spartan program. And basically like the Master Chief in like the games is like, hey, this is like this great hero. And like, you know, he's like this symbol of hope for like humanity. But the origins of the Spartan program are like horrific. Like it's like humanity is faced with like this alien threat coming in, and they take children, they abduct children and then medically experiment on them and turn them into super soldiers, kind of like without really having any free will in it at all. So my idea was like, what if you did like a surgeon simulator style Spartan building simulator? Like you have to run a fucked up like a super soldier creator
Mamma mia.
program. Like, so you have to manage this like secret military industrial complex program where you create super soldiers.
Yeah. Point of order before we get into that game. And
just
I'm going to question.
Yeah, I'm going to question your lore, sir.
Okay, all right.
First
of
of
all, my lore into question.
First of all, I'm pretty sure they started the Spartan program before they even discovered the existence of aliens. Thank you very much. I think they were doing it.
Is that true?
I think they were doing it to put down human resistance. Actually.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so even
darker than I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, that's bad.
And also, just add this for flavor. I'm pretty sure they abducted children and they cloned them and put a clone in place that would die soon after, so that the child was like a free, like 100% clean child. No one's looking for this kid.
Whoa!
Yes, I think that is correct. I forgot about that little bit.
Right.
Damn.
Wow. You got to watch the YouTube videos, my guy. So anyway, let's build the perfect child soldier.
Yeah.
Cool.
What is that?
People have been clamoring for that.
What does that look like?
I think the there's like two things that jump to mind, right? Where it's like you're experimenting and it's like sort of a first person thing where you're like operating on like some kind of being and like trying to like replace the like parts of them and make them stronger, better, faster, whatever. But I think the other more interesting angle is like you play as like a Dr. Halsey and you're just managing like this program. And it's sort of like a Papers, Please or something like that, where it's like it's more about like the red tape and like the organizational stuff and like keeping a lot of plates spinning, you know, managing resources, that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, you could do a thing where late in, like, it's not clear what's happening up front, but as the game goes on, you start to reverse engineer what's actually happening.
Yeah. Like Inside or something.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played Inside, but
you should. It's very short.
I need to. Yeah,
damn, it's rad. Wow, we went some places, guys.
Went some places. All right, quick overview. What was I'm trying to keep everyone's ideas straight. Everyone just list off just the basic ideas you had. Frank, what were your ideas?
I started with Halo Combat Devolved, monkeys and stuff.
Okay, great. Drew.
I had Halo Golf. I had what I guess, what do I call this? Child Soldier Simulator.
Great.
2K7.
Okay, I had Halo Tycoon and Halo Master Chef. So we were talking about this before, but how do you guys want to do this? Do we each want to state a favorite, or do we want to like hand it over to the listeners to somehow vote for one?
I think we could do both, couldn't we?
We could do both.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the cooking one and the golf one out of you guys. I think the most. That kind of made sense to me.
I just want to play whatever game Frank was talking about, where I pick up a gun,
yeah,
transported to a field full of flowers, and it's sunny out. I think that's cool.
Yeah, instead of picking up the plasma rifle, you're reminded of a great melancholy in your own personal life.
Yeah,
you're thinking of the first time you had chocolate.
Yeah, that's good as hell.
I liked where we ended up with Halo Golf. And I like a Halo devolved. I like a monkey going around collecting bananas.
Yeah. But what do you think, audience?
What do you think?
What do you like?
We'll find a way for you guys to vote on this somehow. I don't know. It's not live. So
we could do it. We could put it out on like can you put voting things on Twitter? Things like that. Right?
Yeah, you can. We could do that.
Yeah.
There's maybe something on Patreon we could do if we set that up. I don't know. We'll figure that part out. By the time if you ever hear this one, by the time that it's out there, we'll maybe have a way to vote.
And can we put a way for them to maybe vote one of us off the podcast?
Oh.
And we do that every week. So we have to find a new person every week.
Right, we have to find a new person.
It's kind of like Survivor podcast. It'd be cool.
Oh, that's a cool idea. What about
starting a podcast with a large cast of people and then whittling it down?
Yeah, I was thinking like a Hunger Games thing. You have like a pool of 100 hosts, and then you work them down.
It's so fucked up.
Wait, are they all on one podcast trying to talk at the same time?
Well, there's one version where they're all on like one Zoom call talking
just
over
yelling.
each other. Yeah, and then
it's like a battle royale.
Right. It's like Tetris 99, but with people hosting a podcast.
That's a good podcast idea.
It's a great podcast
so
idea.
Funny.
I feel like the techniques that you would use to get you noticed early on are going to be different than the techniques that get you to succeed later on.
100%.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, also, we'll think about that. We'll think about Podcast 99. Yeah. Great. Well, thanks for listening. And until next time, this is Scope Creep Saloon, baby. See you around.
What if the next prompt, I was thinking about this earlier for some reason, but for the next one of these, the prompt is Mario, but he's not Italian.
Whoa.
Just feels like we're going to get weird race stuff. If that happens.
Yeah, good point. I was going to be like...
We'll work on it.
Well, we won't do that one.
We won't work on that one specifically. Yeah, I mean...
I'm going to do a lot of work on that one.
I guess this is the other part, which is we had talked about soliciting prompts from listeners. Send us your prompt ideas for what you'd like to see in this type of format again. So if you want us to riff on an idea and kind of deliver a loose prompt, it can include an existing game like Halo, or it can just be a rough idea of something and we'll riff on it. So send them our way. You can find us on socials and all that good jazz.
Yeah, what race do you think Mario should be?
Okay, that's enough. I'm pressing stop. Okay, bye. Scope Creep Saloon is lovingly brewed by Andrew Johnson, Frank Francis, and me, Eric Peterson. Music from Steve Oxen. Thanks so much for listening. Come back soon.